Well, hey, man, it's Jamie. That's me here. Welcome back to my channel. Let's go ahead and talk about Married at First Sight. Let's get into it. All right, y'all. We had us an interesting little episode, but I really feel like it's going to turn up even more on next week's episode. That's what I'm hoping for, okay? So before I get into the couples, let's go ahead and get into the group stuff, okay? So the couples on the boat, right? They decided to play this game called Never Have I Ever or whatever. And when they played this game, we learned some things. We learned that Bao and Myrla were two of the individuals that have had a one-night stand. I do feel like some of these guys was up there lying. I do. I feel like the guys was not being 100% honest, but the ladies were. And I was really shocked to hear that Bao was a person that had a one-night stand. And that was really interesting for me because I feel like she's particular. Actually, I feel like Myrla and Bao are very particular about things. So to hear that both of them had a one-night stand, I'm like, interesting. Okay, I guess, but Bao did say that physical attraction comes for her first before emotional. So maybe that's right up her alley to just smash and just move on about her business. So that was one thing. Another thing that ended up popping up was, no, I'm sorry. Bao was the only one, not Myrla, but Bao was the only one that had a one-night stand, whereas Myrla and Rachel both had cheated on somebody in the past. And once this information came out, of course, Jose didn't know this about Rachel. So he's definitely feeling a way about Miss Rachel because his dad cheated on his mom. So he doesn't feel like you should put somebody through something like that. So he's like, girl, don't do me like that. I know you did it like that in the past, girl. You wasn't married or anything, but now you married. Don't do that to me because I seen what it did to my mom. Okay, so don't do that to me. Okay, later on we see the couples are hanging out and they ended up, hey Tracy, I hope I said the name right. Hey, thanks for joining me. So the couples are hanging out. They end up getting a FaceTime from Zack. Now this FaceTime from Zack, he updated them on his status and everything because y'all know he got the virus and stuff. I've been seeing Zack do more talking with the cast than I've seen with him actually talking to his girl, Michaela. So what I was hoping for was that they actually would have shown us some type of FaceTime or conversations or something that the two of them have had together. Okay, but they didn't. So I kind of felt the way about that a little bit. I'm like, where's Hurricane K when you need her? Why is she not on the FaceTime? Why can't we see those interactions? But okay. And you know what? Now that I think about it, they probably could not see those interactions now that I think about it because he did have the virus. So there was likely limited filming in the room based on them two, linking up. But I still feel like he could have set that up. He could have had a laptop up there. We could have started him on Zoom. He could have set his little phone up on a tripod and recorded it. You know how they work things out in the reality world. So it would have been nice to see the interactions between the two. What else happened? So Gil, I believe it was Gil that asked the group about some things that they've learned about each other since they have been together. Thank you so much, Tracy. I appreciate that. Hey, Aaron. Hey, LaCoria. I hope I said that name right. Yeah, so I think it was Gil. Was it Gil? I think Gil asked them, like, what are some things that you guys have learned about each other since you've been together? And Bao and Johnny says that they're big on communication. So they learned that both of them, they got that in common. And I'm like, that's probably the only thing that y'all got in common. But it's just really interesting. Their dynamic, man. I thought Johnny and Bao were going to be good, but I see she got some little ways about her that's just not looking so good. Like for her to be like a person that keeps everything down to the T in her Excel spreadsheet, I thought she would be like that in person about every little thing. I thought she would have some OCD about her, but she doesn't, whereas his OCD for himself is more extreme. So I see that they're not clicking like I thought that they would. I thought they were going to be super compatible, and I'm wrong. It seems like Ryan and Brett might have more compatibility, and I'll get into that. Okay, so Brett is actually feeling as though she doesn't ask as many questions, so she feels like they got issues on their end when it comes to communications because she don't know a lot of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a lot of questions that she didn't ask, and I felt like, okay, well that makes sense. Both of y'all got that in common, because when he sat down with your mom and them, he ain't really have no questions. The daddy just sitting up there looking at him. The mama's like, do you have anything? Is there anything you want to know? So he too don't have no questions. I feel like both of y'all just glad to be here, and y'all just gonna go along and coast along. And it's like, when are y'all gonna get to know each other? Maybe it's gonna be when they move in with each other and they're forced to get to know stuff about each other. But they haven't really asked a whole lot. Gil and Myrla. He says they got things to talk about as well, because y'all know when he gets on finances, things gonna be a little shaky. But what he decided to do, instead of bringing up finances for real, he brought up politics, and that was really interesting. That was I wasn't expecting him to say that, but how he set it up was, he says that it's not a deal breaker for him. Like if she's a Republican and he's a Democrat. And I'm like, well, why she got to be the Republican and you be the Democrat? But the way he was talking sounds like he could actually be the person that is indeed a Republican, because the way Myrla was talking about, like, baby, like it's a breaking point for me. And I'm like, Myrla, shut up. Everything is a breaking point for you. Everything is a breaking point for you, girl. First it was the hair. It's everything. It's about to be the dog in a minute, girl. If you don't want him, just say that. Anyway, he says that it doesn't matter in a relationship. He says that politics shouldn't divide a house. It shouldn't divide a house, but it can definitely divide a house. And see, that's just a tough one too, right? I don't even know how to like explain that, because when you are voting for a particular person, especially from who we had in office, I know you may be voting based on their policies, but we're looking at the character of the person as well. So when you vote in that direction, it makes it seem as though you agree with the ideologies of this person. So if that's not where I stand, it makes me feel conflicted and make me look at you sideways. And it's like, well, who the hell did I marry? Do you not care about the social issues and things that are going on in the world? You merely just care about, your financial status and stuff. So it's like, maybe they should look at a broader range versus one little sector that benefits them when they're out here trying to vote. But I guarantee you, I really do believe, though, that there are a lot of couples that actually do not vote the same. They probably don't even bring it up as a conversation within the marriage, because it may create so many issues. And they probably just go to the polls and they vote for who they want to vote for. Yikes. That's just like, and see, that's another thing, right? So like, what if you have somebody that maybe have grown up in a Muslim household versus somebody that's Christian, and it's like they may want you to convert, but you ain't trying to convert, so that's another conflict, so how does that work? Child, it ain't supposed to divide, but it just might. What else do I have? Gil says that he wish people would not vote on emotions or something. When he said that, for me, when he said something about voting on your emotions, I said, I know who he voted for. Noted, got it. No, you don't got to say nothing else. No, you don't have to say, no, don't tell me nothing else. We already know exactly how you voted, baby. Thank you so much. Okay. What else happened? I think that's when Brett and Ryan kind of had some issues as well, because Ryan ended up saying something like, well, if it matters to them that much, then they're not for me. I said, well, baby, go and get your divorce now. Before you even leave the island or wherever y'all at, go ahead and walk over there and go and get your divorce now, because you look like you stuck. If it matters to them, either way, they not for you. It's going to matter to your girl, so you might as well go ahead and get that divorce. And basically how Brett was talking about Ryan, he also is a Republican. But I also feel like this, y'all let me know y'all thoughts. It's crazy because you have Democrats, you have Republicans, and then you have T supporters, right? And I feel like they're all like different ranges. So it's like, well, which one are you? Are you just a Republican, or are you a T supporter? Which one is it? Because if you're a T supporter, I feel like that's a whole different level for some people. Now they really looking at you and judging your character in the way that you think about things and stuff. So, girl, good luck, okay. I don't have to worry about it. Okay. What else we got? Bow still wants to know who out here smashing. Somebody got to tell me some. I need to know who out here getting it in. We know it ain't Gil. Gil is all the way on the other side of the planet. When it comes to that, he is nowhere near that. Please hear me. When it comes down to it, it seems like Rachel and Jose have gotten it in based on all that touchy and feely and kissing and rubbing up, kissing up. So many people I know, they just want to touch her, like all this, they doing all this stuff. So I thought they did too. I was like, oh, they lying, baby. These people up here lying. They sitting up here saying that they smash, that they not smashing or anything like that. I'm like, y'all are lying. All this affection and stuff going on, y'all getting something in. At least that's how it appeared, but obviously we were wrong, and we see that later on in the episode. Let's go ahead and hop over and get into Brett and Ryan, because they really didn't give us a lot, and they haven't been giving us a whole lot since they've been on this show. They speak on politics. She doesn't like that they have difference of opinions when it comes down to politics. He votes based on his finances, and whereas she feels as though it's a much bigger issue because there are things going on socially, and that can impact them. But he's not looking at that. All right, so he's voting merely on selfishness and on his finances and stuff. So that's where he is. But unfortunately, we did not get to see more of their conversation, because at this point they had to go ahead and leave and head out and get back to Houston. So this conversation may come up again between the two of them. Hopefully we'll get to see it, and if they move past it, hopefully we'll be able to see how they were able to move past the situation. What else is going on? Yeah, let's go ahead and talk about Gil and Myrla real quick, because this was interesting. So she likes her last name. If you guys have ever seen Love and Marriage Huntsville with Destiny, you know, she's divorced now, but Destiny wanted to keep her last name. Her husband did not want that, but unfortunately her brother passed, and I think her mom only had those two as children, so she wanted to be able to carry out that name. And the same thing is with Myrla. Her father has passed away, and she wants to be able to keep that name. I feel like there's a way you can do that and just hyphenate the new last name with the original name that you have. It's not saying you have to drop the name completely. I just feel like hyphenated, you know. Those are my thoughts on that. She wants to, you know, in memory of her dad. I understand it. I feel like there are a lot of ladies that go on, you know, even like Angela Bassett, first person to come to my mind. Her husband's name is Courtney Vance. She didn't change her last name, so he probably respected that. So it could be completely okay. You know, Gil may not press the issue, but I also feel like, is that genuinely how you feel, Myrla? Or is that you just being even more reserved as you've been when it comes down to Gil? So you just can never tell with Miss Myrla. But okay, girl. So later on, we see where they get on the conversations of growing up poor. She grew up poor. He grew up poor, but he didn't grow up as poor as she did, which is why, as she's become an adult, she wants so much SHI. She wants so much stuff. Like, I don't want to do this. I don't want, like, for her to be poor, I didn't understand the pickiness about it. Like, girl, you know what it's like to be without. Like, some part of me is like, be okay with this, you know, but everybody's not like that. So I'm like, you were poor and now you overly picky. Now, it's one thing to want, you know, more money and stuff like that based on you being poor, but you picky about every little thing. You complain about every little thing. You would think you would find the joy in the simplest things, and it doesn't seem like Miss Myrla does that very often. They talk about kids. She wants them. I was kind of shocked to hear that, though. I ain't gonna lie. I thought Myrla was gonna be like, girl, way down the line, because I'm too busy spending money on me, that, you know, to be having some kids. So that's what I was thinking. But she said she does want them, and he's like, oh, I want like 8 of them, though. And she was like, 8? I was with her. 8? Who's gonna take care of them? Who said that? Now you can get a few, but if you think you're talking about 8 that's coming out of me, oh no. But he also said he wants to be able to adopt 2 or 3 of those kids as well. If Gil had a big bank account, she'd change. You're probably right. She would change it with the quickness, because she needs everybody to know who she is connected to. Absolutely. And if not change it completely, she would definitely hyphenate that name without issue, without question. And that's why it's always, for me, I'm kind of like, I don't know, Miss Myrla, I hear you, that makes sense, but because it's you, I don't know if you're being 100 with us. Okay, so she also says that she's not open to adopting any children until they have exhausted all avenues of being able to, you know, give birth, you know, naturally, or any fertility options. She's okay with that. She just doesn't want to adopt yet. I can't fault her for that. You know what I'm saying? She might end up getting pregnant with a few sets of twins, as people do. You know, she might get pregnant. Then he might end up getting his 8 because she was only pregnant like 3 times or 4 times or whatever. But I don't think Myrla gonna want to do that to her body, though. She's very particular. So I don't know if that's something she wants to do. And some part of me, I think it's good to know if a person wants kids, but I also feel like y'all shouldn't be moving in that direction at all, because I don't see y'all lasting very long. Okay. And then he needs to really sit down and assess, is this a person that he wants to be the mother of his children? Okay. Later on, we can see where she brought him some chocolate chip cookies. I said, okay. That was sweet because those are the only cookies he gonna be getting from his thing. She ain't giving out no more cookies, Sandy. Please understand. Not those cookies. Okay, she won't be giving out those cookies, but you can get these cookies. Hello. What else did they talk about? She's looking forward to getting back home, you know, when they can move in together and stuff like that. But she's not interested in being a dog mom. And the reason for that is because she doesn't want to have to get up in the morning, late at night, and have to take this dog out for it to poop and all that other stuff, right? So she don't want to have to deal with a dog in that capacity. So he gets really down about that. She's like, who walks the dog when you're not there? He said, oh, I got somebody in my complex that comes and walks my dog, right? And she was like, okay, well, when we move in together or whatever, like we can get another dog walker. And he said, well, no, that's wasting money when I have you at the house. Now, for me, I felt how Myrla was feeling when she said she feels like she doesn't want to be a dog mom and she feels like it's being forced upon her. I did feel that in a sense, because if you already got somebody walking your dog right now, I'm sure you're paying this person to walk your dog. And they happen to be in your neighborhood, so it's convenient. So hire another one. I don't really blame her for that. And for you to just assume Myrla always gonna be at the house as if she not gonna have a job and she gonna be working, you're gonna have to probably get one anyway. So for him to sit up there and say that's wasted money, no, it's not a waste of money if you're getting something out of it. You're getting the fact that somebody's gonna come and walk this motherfucking dog. Okay? So I mean, I don't really fault her on that part, but that's just me. What else is going on over here? Let's go ahead and move over to Johnny and Bao. Child, good night. So she mentions last night about, you know, the night when she felt as though he kind of like hurt her feelings or whatever based on her past and things like that. He was kind of joking on her. She says that he hopes that he understands her. And for the most part, he does understand her. Johnny does say that based on the little things that she's showing him, he's at a place where he really want to skip out and go on by his business. And I don't really blame Johnny. Johnny was like, if we had been dating, girl, I would have been left you. Girl, I would not be sitting up here dealing with this. Not at all. But since we are married, you know, I am definitely being challenged and I'm going to hang in there and see how it goes for us. Okay. He asks her, they get on the conversation of like emotions or emotional connections, physical. And that's when she opens up and says that it's always been physical. She's physically attracted to him. But when it comes to the emotional part of her, it takes some time for her to get there. I don't feel like we learned a lot about Bao's childhood or her background to really know why it takes her so long to, you know, build some emotional connection with the person. So that's that. I don't really have a lot to explain why she's like that. Bao says that she is never in the moment. No, I'm sorry. Johnny lets her know at a later time that she's never really in the moment when they're together, which actually could affect them moving forward. She's always thinking about something that's happened, or she's carrying some type of fear about what could happen. So they're never really fully in the moment. And I just feel like, I guess he won't learn more about her until instances happen. Just like when he cracked the joke on her and she had to come back and tell him about when she was at camp or whatever. I wish she would be more open about her life and stuff. Or maybe we just don't get to see that to kind of understand why she is the way that she is. She doesn't give a lot of that. He did tell her that he's at a place where he was at like fight or flight, right? That's what he's normally used to operating as. That's why he's been on so many different dates, because if he don't like something he see, he skip out on the plug. He just go, right? But now, of course, like I said, he's being challenged, okay? And he's looking forward to them moving in together. She is too, but she's a bit apprehensive because she knows how she is not going to be what he was expecting, okay? Because Miss Bao, she's weird for me, okay? I hate to call her weird, but she's weird for me. It don't be making sense. From the bathing suits, you don't want to wear lingerie around your house. You rather wear bathing suits. You buy a lot of bathing suits to walk around your house in, but you don't want to get in the pool nor the tub. No, like I can't. Okay, she lost me at not bathing after the workout. That's what I'm saying, and I'm about to get into that. I was rooting for Johnny and Bao until she admitted she don't take baths often. Exactly. And she sat up there and told this man, you know, you take a lot of showers throughout the day. You know, I take that over, the course of a week. I said, how are you? I don't get it. Like, I thought she was a bit OCD, but you OCD nasty. Like, I'm not, it's not even, y'all see how that don't even fit together, OCD nasty? Like, it don't even go together. Like, that's how my brain is because I'm so confused by what the hell. It just makes no sense. And it was cringeworthy because she was so honest. Like, these are things he's going to find out. So it came out better that she told him right up front. And I just don't like how she did that because then she's going to put him in a position to force him to be okay with how she is instead of her leveling up to where he wants her to be. So what else did she say? I wrote that I appreciate her honesty, but you still nasty. Talking about she hope he don't think she disgusting. Ma'am, that's too late. Yeah, it's gonna be too late for that. I'm sorry. And he gonna sit up there telling some no. No. When it's really yes. Okay, it ain't no. I don't think you discussed it. It's yes. Yes. Okay, I actually do. You know, you're a little weird. But here's the thing. I feel like Johnny is in a tight position because if he was honest about how he really feel, like, girl, that's not, you know what I'm saying? That hygiene is not enough for me. Okay, she would have made a deal out of that and made him feel as though he was wrong for judging her in the way that he did. Right? What else did I have? She said she's going to take some what else did I have? Oh, she talked about how, like, if she's working out or whatever, she would rather, she said, is it okay if I, like, just go lay down on the sofa or something? Because first of all, he's like, you ain't finna lay in the bed dirty. Like, that's dead. Like, you're not finna get in the bed. Because she was like, sometimes I just come home and I just want to jump in the bed. Right? He was like, no, you're not finna do that. And he was like, we're gonna have to change the sheets like all the time. Like, how about you just go hop in the shower? She's like, well, how about I just go and lay down on the sofa? You know, like when I'm really tired after I worked out, like, let me just go lay down on the sofa. What the hell kind of workouts you doing that you don't want to go get your ass in the shower when you're done? What kind of workouts are you doing that you do not want to go and cleanse your ass when you're done? Girl, I cannot. He tells her, well, if you get in the bed, then you just gonna have to change the sheets. Oh, what if I'm too lazy to change the sheets? I was like, I'm gonna throw this fucking Starbucks. I'm gonna throw this at the TV. Okay? This is not Burger King. She's trying to get whatever it is she wants. I just don't think that's cool at all. I don't. You don't want to shower when you keep make it make sense. You don't want to shower. Then you turn around and say that you rather lay on the sofa. Then you say you don't. He said you could lay in the bed. She was like, well, he said you got to change the sheets. She's like, I don't want to change the sheets. What the hell do you want to do? What do you want to do? What do you want to do? What do you want to do, Val? What is it? This man said, can you at least get in the shower and rinse? And he was being courteous when he said that. He said, rinse. Do you hear what I say? That ain't a rinsing, ain't even cleaning your damn body. And he was okay with her just rinsing and not fully cleansing her body. Now, this right here for me takes the cake over white people not wanting to wash their legs when they in the shower. If you're white and you're watching this, I'm sorry. I'm just saying this has been in conversations for the past few weeks, ma'am. Okay, ma'am, sir. All right, y'all do not wash y'all legs when y'all get in the shower. Okay, so this right here takes the cake. Not only do she not wash her legs, she ain't even trying to wash her body. But you want to walk around the house and prance around the house in damn swimsuits, and you don't want to go touch no water. It don't make sense. That's why I need your backstory. I need to know what has happened to you. Did they mess with you at the camp too? So while you were staying up at night so you didn't snore, was they messing with you at camp too so you didn't go get in the shower? Was they doing something to you in the shower or something like that? You just don't want to go no more? Did they try to throw you in there and drown you in the lake? What happened that you do not want to go to go on the beach or wherever you go in your swimsuits? You rather just prance around the house, and that you rather not get in the shower for weeks at a time? Baby, I can imagine what this smell is like around there, girl. He a good one. He's a great one. I couldn't do it, baby. But if no, ma'am. And you talk about having some kids with this lady. So what's gonna happen with the children? So they just gonna go to school funky too? I can't. How's she gonna make sure the baby umbilical cord is clean correctly and around their genital area is gonna be clean correctly if she can't clean hers? make it make sense, honey. He talks about his dad. He brings up his father and how his dad is now at a place where he approves. His dad tells him that, you know, once he tells her that his dad found out that she was Asian, he said that he was really happy for him. So that really meant a lot to Bao. So that's good. I was wondering how his dad was going to respond to that once he found out that she is Asian, in addition to that he's known her this entire time. So that's good. That's good to hear. But I don't know how the daddy gonna feel when he learned about the fact that she ain't over there washing hands. But okay then, girl. Good luck. Good luck. Good luck. Good luck. Right? Right? She's like a Myrla a little bit. Girl, you got too many excuses. You got too many excuses, and Myrla complained too damn much. Like, it's a lot. It's a lot. So let's get to Jose and Rachel. Let's talk about them real quick. I feel like they could actually end up being a good couple, but I feel like, y'all tell me y'all thoughts. I want Rachel to chill just a little bit. Like, you already know your life and your organization is in shambles. So if he wants to lead a little bit, like, it's like, I can't even explain it. Like, she wants to be in charge, right? Because she's so used to being in charge. But what has you being in charge gotten you? It ain't get you no good credit score. It ain't getting you no organization. So at some point, she's going to have to get to the place where she's going to have to be okay with the position he's trying to play in her life. But Jose is also going to have to get to a place that she is her own woman. And I know as much as you want to lead her in some things, you can't lead her in every single thing. Not every single, like just opening up a damn champagne bottle. Let this woman open it. You trying to just let her do a little something. See, you was doing it wrong already, right? So they got some things that they got to work on, but I don't really see a whole lot wrong with the role that Jose is trying to play in her life. I understand Rachel is a bit apprehensive about that based on how her father raised her to be an independent woman, okay? Because you don't meet a lot of guys that are like Jose, that got it together, want to lead, want to be the head of household and things like that. You don't really meet a lot of guys like that. So I understand the daddy already knew the pickings was very slim for his daughter, so he always wanted her to have her own, okay? Right, Dana, right. Stop competing with your husband, Rachel. Exactly. Just chill, girl. I know her credit score is got to be in the 400s or 500s, okay? Because she was very intimidated when he dropped at 814. I saw people on social media though clowning him as if, oh, you think your credit score is so great? I have an 864. I have an 8 da-da-da. I'm like, girl, it ain't gonna take that man long to get up there to no 864. Once you get yourself over the hump of 8 and you know what you're doing, it ain't gonna take nothing for you to just boop. And you got it. It's not that serious, and it ain't gonna take a whole lot to drop it either from an 864 or wherever you at. So I think he's doing very decent for himself. He prepared himself for this moment for when he does get a wife and how he wants to move. So I commend him on that, because it's not a lot of guys out here like that. Okay, so she doesn't know how to ride a bike. I loved how patient he was with her, with teaching her how to ride a bike. I was like, Jose, in all honesty, he do got a little bit of feminine ways. I will say that he does. He does have some feminine ways, but I think Jose is a catch. He's not a bad looking guy. He's affectionate. He likes to give out PDA. He'll take care of you. He got your back. I'm like, girl, you ain't hit the jackpot. You didn't kind of hit the jackpot. You ain't even, let me not say that. I don't want to say she ain't all that, because to somebody she is, and she's not an ugly woman at all. But girl, just to know that you have hit the jackpot, in my opinion. Okay, let's go ahead and move on. She says that she asked him a question like, what are some things you want to do before you have kids or whatever? And she pretty much wants to travel and stuff. And she mentioned some things, and he was like, well, I feel like that's too expensive. And I said, Jose, you didn't plan for this part? You didn't plan for this part when it comes down to your marriage, that you guys may want to travel. She may want to go do some things. You over there acting like you don't got the money. You spend coins all the way down to the T. You ain't get that 800 some credit score for nothing. I know you got a few change, a few thousands in your account to where y'all can go and take a trip somewhere. I know y'all got that. So don't be doing her like to me. So it's a bit expensive. You'll figure it out. Y'all, she ain't asking you to go tomorrow. Okay? But y'all can make plans for that. What else did she say? Later on, she speaks on his finances and tells him that she doesn't approve of one account. I agree. Like, I would not want one account. I wouldn't want one account, honey. I'm gonna need an extra one. But here's the other thing for me. Give him the one account. You ain't gotta not go get another account if you want one. Go get you another account. That ain't gotta be his business. I am sure it's a ton of wives that have other accounts somewhere else, and the address is probably not even going to their house. It's probably going to somebody, a family member house or something, honey. I'm sure there are a ton of wives. I think men and women should both have their own, excuse me, separate accounts where they put a little something in. You know, you never know what emergencies may pop up. Y'all may end up not even being together, and you ain't got long to get the hell out the house. That may be your cushion money for you to move on to the next thing. Not that you guys are planning for that moment, but it just wouldn't hurt. Okay. Especially if you guys have exhausted everything in the fund that you have together, and there's an emergency that may come up with a house or something. One of y'all got it in one of y'all separate accounts. So I don't see anything wrong with that. He wants the bills and things to come out first, and then for her to get the rest of it. Just do a separate account. You know, y'all have a joint account for bills and all finances, and then just have a separate account. Because when she started buying expensive things or doing stuff with Jose money, and y'all know he likes to keep things down to a T, he gonna feel a way about that. He's going to be mad. He's gonna be like, girl, what is, and see, that's the other thing. See, because he tracks his money so good, I feel like anything she spent her money on, he's going to be coming back asking about it. When she goes spend her money, hey, you got that receipt for this or that? Hey, what did you just go? He's going to be on her head because he's a stickler for finances, which is another reason why I think it probably behooves her to get her own account. But if she wants to do better with her finances, you know, maybe for the moment, she just sticks with the account that he got for her, or for them together. Those are my thoughts. Jose, a little for me, loving Jamie's shirt. Thank you so much. Thank you. She did hit big on the matchup game. Okay, absolutely 3 accounts, mine, yours, and ours. Exactly. I agree. Let's go ahead and move on to something else. He tells her about the credit score. You want to know the credit score? It's 815. She's very intimidated by that number. Okay. She also asked him, you know, when you were doing the matchmaking process, did you request somebody that's more of your caliber? He was like, yeah, I requested somebody that checked all the boxes. I'm like, that was a redundant question. You should know that's what he asked for. I don't know any man that got their life together that does not want a woman to match or be somewhere very close to where it is that he's at. Okay. So especially somebody like Jose that looks at his finances the way that he do. He ain't gonna want to have built his life up so much in that department and then have somebody else come in and tear it all down. So I am sure this man requested a match that is exactly like him. And she's starting to get into her insecurity bag, feeling as though she's probably not worthy enough for what it is he got going on. And it's okay. You know, it's just a challenge for you to elevate and rise to the occasion when it comes to him. Okay. They speak on intimacy because obviously what they're saying is that they have not crossed the line yet. Okay. And Jose is at a place where I feel like there are certain things we need to discuss. We need to, you know, talk about a few things before we go down that road. Okay. So this whole time I was thinking that they were lying about having sex, and they weren't. I still feel like it's a lie though. Even though they was having that conversation trying to play us, I still feel like they got it in. Y'all don't? I feel like they did. And they was just trying to play us with this conversation. And then Jose, this is where you went wrong, Jose. Jose says that he is going to need somebody that's going to check all of the boxes. This is what he said. He needs somebody that checks all of the boxes before he has sex with her. And I'm like, so you're going to make this lady hold out because you want her to check all these boxes? That's going to be a long time. Y'all married now? Hell, why are you over here trying to treat this lady like Myrla over here treating Gil? No, y'all married now? Give her maybe a few months and then y'all probably get it in and stuff. But how you know you checking all her boxes, sir? You look good on paper, but there may be some other things wrong with you that you got to get in order. Hello? So those are my thoughts, okay? Overall, the episode was decent. You know, it's pretty good. I'm really looking forward to next week's because I feel like next week's episode is going to be hot like fire. Let's see. Oh, I was just finishing up the episode. You did? What did you think? Was it good? I thought it was pretty good. LOL, did you see what Jose was wearing during that conversation? No, I didn't. I do not recall. Please tell me. What was Jose up there wearing? I feel Jose got a little thing. So he overcompensating. I don't know. He could be bi. He definitely gives off a vibe, or what did they call those guys? I think they used to call them like metrosexual, like they are into women, but their vibe may be feminine or whatnot. So maybe he's metrosexual, and I hope I'm saying it right. It's metrosexual. I think that's what it was. I think that's what they call it. But overall, the episode was cute. I'm looking forward to seeing Michaela and Zack come back on the show, and I want to see their interactions. I have to know what Michaela got so upset about him, got upset with him about, because I guess he did not come home in the manner in which she wanted him to have come home. I'm wondering if she could be blowing this whole thing out of proportion. But what I'm also hoping, I hate to say it, Zack, I'm hoping that you did do something to make her react like this, because the way she looking in these previews, she's looking crazy. So I'm like, I hope you did something for her to respond this way. And she just, you know, if not, it's gonna be a mess. Girl, red hot pants, a Fabio shirt, button up, some 90s looking J-Lo glasses. He's definitely Metro or bi. Yikes. I want to say he Metro for now until later information comes out of the sky, because he seems like he's always wanted to be married, and he's planned for this very moment. So I hope so. Johnny and Jose will be doing a spinoff. Interesting. You talking about together? The way they connect with each other so much, they may be doing a spinoff together. That would be interesting. But yeah, guys, that's really all that I have for Married at First Sight. I'm gonna go ahead and get things together so that I can do the review for Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. So if you guys watch that, go ahead and get everything together so y'all can catch me a little later on at 7:05 for Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. That's all I got. I'm Jamie. That's me. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe to my backup channel. That's me, Jamie, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.